May 2025 will be remembered as a milestone in climate history, ranking as the second hottest May ever recorded since global records began. This month stood out not just for its numbers, but for the widespread impacts felt across continents, from record-breaking heat waves in cities to unusual weather patterns in rural areas. The global average surface air temperature reached 15.79 degrees Celsius, or 60.42 degrees Fahrenheit, a figure that may seem small, but in climate terms, it's enormous. This average is calculated from thousands of data points around the world, reflecting the collective warming of our planet. That's 0.53 degrees Celsius above the 1991-2020 average, a period already warmer than much of human history. Each fraction of a degree means more energy trapped in our atmosphere, fueling more extreme events. Even more striking, May 2025 was a staggering 1.40 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial era, before human activity began altering the climate on a global scale. This difference marks a profound shift in Earth's baseline temperature. Only May 2024 was hotter, underscoring that these record-breaking temperatures are no longer rare events. Instead, they're becoming a persistent pattern, signaling a new era of climate extremes. Each new month adds to a relentless trend, pushing the boundaries of what life on Earth is adapted to. From shrinking glaciers to parched farmlands and struggling wildlife, the consequences are visible everywhere. Scientists at the Copernicus Climate Change Service are on the front lines, tracking these changes in real time. Their work provides a vital planetary health check, helping us understand the scale and urgency of the crisis. Their findings for May 2025 are a clear warning. Our world is running a fever, and the symptoms are intensifying with each passing year. These numbers aren't just statistics. They represent real conditions affecting ecosystems, communities, and economies everywhere. The impacts ripple outwards, touching every aspect of life. The story of May 2025 is a crucial reminder of the urgent challenge we face. It's a call to action for leaders, communities, and individuals alike. We are witnessing rapid climate change, not over millennia, but within just a few generations. The pace is accelerating, and the window for meaningful action is narrowing. The new normal is hotter, and the stakes are higher than ever before. Extreme heat, droughts, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and severe. Our only home is changing fast, and the data is impossible to ignore. The choices we make now will shape the future for generations to come. May 2025's heat was not just a blip, but part of a relentless streak that's rewriting our planet's climate story, one record at a time. In fact, 21 of the previous 22 months soared more than 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, a threshold once considered a distant warning, now shattered again and again. This 1.5 degrees Celsius mark, which scientists once hoped we could avoid, is no longer a future threat. It's a new normal we're forced to adapt to, month after month, season after season. From June 2024 to May 2025, the world experienced its warmest 12-month stretch ever recorded, with global temperatures averaging a staggering 1.57 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial times, a level that would have seemed unthinkable just a generation ago. 2024 didn't just break records, it smashed them, becoming the hottest year in history. And 2025 is following suit, with every month bringing record or near-record warmth, leaving little doubt about the direction we're heading. The pattern is unmistakable. We're not waiting for future warming. We're living through it right now, feeling its effects in our daily lives, our cities, and our natural world. The climate our grandparents once knew, milder seasons, predictable weather, has vanished, replaced by a hotter, more volatile reality that's reshaping life on Earth. Each new hot month injects more energy into our oceans and atmosphere, fueling extreme weather events, intensifying droughts, wildfires, and floods, and putting immense stress on ecosystems and communities worldwide. Carlo Buontempo of Copernicus warns that the forces driving this warming, greenhouse gas emissions and feedback loops, are strong, persistent, and show no signs of slowing down. The 1.5 degrees Celsius mark, once a line in the sand, will likely be crossed again and again in the coming years, making it ever harder to reverse course. This is the bigger picture, a planet on a relentless warming streak, with each new record confirming not just the speed, but the scale and seriousness of the changes underway. The era of climate stability is over. We are now living in a world where the climate is changing before our eyes, and the consequences are only beginning to unfold. How do scientists know the planet's average temperature? It's a global effort. Thousands of weather stations and ocean buoys collect data from every corner of the Earth. Satellites scan the planet, measuring heat radiating from land, sea, and air. This combination of ground and space data gives us a complete, accurate map of global temperatures. Supercomputers process trillions of data points, checking for errors and creating a global grid. Scientists then calculate the average temperature for each region and for the planet as a whole. This rigorous process lets us compare today's climate with the past with confidence. The result, May 2025, was 1.40 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial average. A fact, not a guess. This global network acts as Earth's nervous system, constantly monitoring its vital signs. The data is essential for understanding change and guiding decisions for our future. The heat of May 2025 wasn't spread evenly across the globe. Western Antarctica saw intense warmth, accelerating glacier melt and raising sea level concerns. The Middle East, Western Asia, northeastern Russia, and northern Canada also experienced significant heat. In these northern regions, thawing permafrost and disrupted ecosystems are major risks. Not everywhere was hotter. Parts of India, Alaska, southern and northeast Africa, northern Australia, and eastern Antarctica were cooler than average. These regional differences are shaped by shifting weather patterns, but the overall trend is clear. Areas with above-average heat far outnumbered cooler spots, tipping the global balance. The planet is accumulating heat, even if it's not distributed evenly each month. Local weather may vary, but the global story is one of persistent warming. The extremes are growing, and the consequences are global. Europe in May 2025 was a continent divided. Overall, it was slightly cooler than recent averages, but this masked sharp contrasts. Western Europe baked in record warmth and dryness. London saw its sunniest, hottest spring since 1884. Northwestern Europe faced drought and wildfire risks, while Eastern Europe was cooler and wetter, with late frosts and delayed crops. This split shows how climate change disrupts established weather patterns, making extremes more common. The jet stream, influenced by a warming Arctic, is becoming more erratic, causing weather systems to stall. Europe's average may have dipped, but the real story is the growing instability and unpredictability. Climate change means more extremes, not just more heat. Climate change is written not only in the air we breathe, but also in the vast oceans, the shifting ice, and the patterns of rainfall that shape our world. These elements are the planet's memory, recording every shift in temperature and every storm. In May 2025, global sea surface temperatures soared to their second highest level ever recorded. This unprecedented warmth is fueling more intense storms, raising sea levels, and threatening coastal communities with increased flooding and erosion. Marine heat waves, like the persistent one in the northeast North Atlantic, are devastating coral reefs, which are vital to marine biodiversity. These heat waves also disrupt fisheries, putting livelihoods and food security at risk for millions. Arctic sea ice was 2% below average, marking the 9th lowest May on record. This continues a dramatic downward trend that has been accelerating over recent decades, reshaping the Arctic landscape. With less ice, the dark ocean absorbs more heat from the sun, which in turn accelerates Arctic warming and further ice loss, a dangerous feedback loop. In the southern hemisphere, Antarctic sea ice was 9% below average, the 5th lowest for May since records began. This ongoing decline is a clear signal of a changing climate at the poles. The loss of sea ice at both poles is not just a statistic. It directly impacts wildlife, from polar bears to penguins, and weakens the planet's natural cooling system that helps regulate global temperatures. Oceans absorb most of the extra heat trapped by greenhouse gases, but this comes at a cost: rising seas, more frequent marine heat waves, and stressed marine life struggling to adapt. As the poles lose their ability to cool the planet, global warming is amplified, making extreme weather events more common and more severe. The signs of imbalance are everywhere, from droughts and wildfires to floods and rising seas, reminding us that the climate crisis is unfolding all around us, demanding urgent action. Why is Earth warming? It's all about greenhouse gases. Our atmosphere acts like a blanket, trapping heat, essential for life, but now getting dangerously thick. Burning fossil fuels for energy releases huge amounts of carbon dioxide, which stays in the air for centuries. Since the Industrial Revolution, CO2 levels have jumped by 50%, driving today's rapid warming. Deforestation and agriculture add more greenhouse gases: methane from livestock, nitrous oxide from fertilizers, and potent industrial F-gases. Cutting forests removes a vital carbon sink, while burning them releases stored carbon. These gases work together, trapping more heat and pushing temperatures higher. The science is clear. Human activity is overloading the atmosphere with heat-trapping gases. The record heat of May 2025 is a direct result of this thickening blanket. Our actions are changing the climate at an unprecedented rate. The record heat of May 2025 has real consequences for people and nature. Extreme weather is on the rise. More floods, droughts, and wildfires threaten lives and livelihoods. Warming oceans are killing coral reefs, disrupting marine life, and impacting millions who depend on them. On land, species struggle to adapt, with many facing extinction as habitats shift or disappear. Rising seas threaten coastal cities, while heat waves endanger health, especially for the vulnerable. Food and water security are at risk as weather patterns become more erratic. The world we built on a stable climate is now under threat. Every fraction of a degree matters. Acknowledging these impacts is the first step to action. The climate crisis is daunting, but we're not powerless. The key is cutting greenhouse gas emissions, shifting from fossil fuels to clean, renewable energy. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role. Strong policies, innovation, and sustainable choices matter. Adaptation is essential too, building resilient communities, protecting coasts, and preparing for extreme weather. The record heat of May 2025 is a call to action. The time to act is now. Our choices today will shape the world for generations to come. By working together, we can slow warming and build a safer, more sustainable future.